with us Dr. Kamaljit Anand. Thank you for joining us here, sir, at the Festival of Marketing. The question I want to ask you is, there's a lot of chatter going around these days when you consider marketing as a cost center or a growth generator. What is the larger industry belief on this topic? And how should this belief change for the larger interest of businesses?
Yeah. So, it's more like this, that if you get it wrong, marketing is a cost center. If you get it right and do all the, working around it prior, I think it becomes a profit center for you. And the industry belief, whatever it is, the idea is that you should be able to create enough budget for the play to happen. And once the play is there, you should scientifically go back, check on whether your return on advertisement and spends is in line or not. So you cannot just go and make spendings which are not in line. So you would want to make enough spend and create that enough interest. You create reach, you create frequency, you create also performance. So when you do it performance oriented, the problem is that you are not going to get a very high base. Base would mean that you have a brand equity. So it's a trade-off. So you do investments towards the brand equity, you don't get returns immediately. You make investment on the immediate returns, which is performance-oriented campaigns or work, you don't build brand equity. So it's a trade-off. So you have to balance it out a bit. So you put enough so that both are in balance. So one is base, one is incremental. So you want to make sure enough incremental if it is a small brand. And vice versa, if it's a large brand, then you would want enough base to be there and small incremental, because you have created equity over a long period of time and you want to make sure world sees it that way. So I think one has to make sure that you do the right spending, make it visible also, and come back and tell your board or the stakeholders that you have driven a particular ROAS or a ROI on the investments that you've done.
Speaking of ROI, what do you think the outlook for FY24 when you talk about the advertising and return on investment on that?
So there are two things. One is that the avenues to spend money have gone up significantly in the last few years, and all of them are driving some of the other value. So the question is that, do you have avenues which generate very high level of offtake or sales, right? So you want to sync the two. You want to put your money where the sales is going to be reciprocated, and you want to cut down on your spends where it is not going to be reciprocated. So as far as FY24 is concerned, I think there's plethora of opportunity, especially with the metaverse buzz which is happening now. So already there's a big investment which happens on Facebook and Instagram. So how much would one take it to metaverse? I think it's still like I would say 80-20, 80 not so much in favor, 20 in favor. But down the line, as you move forward, beyond 24 and you go 26, 27, there's going to be a major chunk of money, especially if you're targeting innovators. You are going to put your money on metaverse. But otherwise, I think Instagram is doing fine. Facebook traditional is doing fine. Platforms which are like sales platform, investments on those are increasing significantly. So today digital forms almost like 15 to 20% of the budget of innovative brands or the brands which are creating a good hold on the market.
Well, there's a lot of optimism in the industry going forward. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Kamaljit. It was a pleasure having you here.
Pleasure is mine. Thank you.